guys. Usually we do this in the mornings, but this is in the evenings. It's a little loud out here, so bear with us for a little bit. And today's topic is church, the similarities of church and gym. And the reason why we brought this up is because of
most people's mentality is that I have to, they say, I got to get right before I go into the house of the Lord. And that applies same with the gym. I hear people all the time, like, when you gonna come by the gym, come holler at me. Oh man, I got to get right before I come in there with y'all. And that mentality, it's like saying, in my words, I got to get money before I go to work, which is crazy to me. But a lot of times, the deeper issue with that statement, when people don't really pick that statement part, or really what they're saying is insecurities.
it's definitely insecurity.
The biggest thing with somebody coming, like, are they gonna be judged? Is somebody looking at them? A lot of different insecurities that lead to these statements. If it's in church or if it's in the gym, I'm gonna stay with what I know is the gym. So,
real quick, what I hate is what they say it a lot for church, and you look at it, you can say it a lot for gym goers as well, is the hypocrite part. And nobody's perfect. You go to church to get better, and then you go to the gym to get better. You're gonna backslide in church, and you're gonna backslide in the gym. You're gonna backslide in your eating and all those things. So you have to get the ego out of it. So that's the whole thing. The insecurities and all that good stuff. It's not about that. It's about getting better.
And I totally agree. I think in order to change that, because most people say it, intimidation. We see intimidation as something that's not a big factor because we don't really get intimidated.
For the simple reason that we see people that do hit their goals and they have a certain aura around about them. We see that as motivation. If they can do it, that means that I can do it as well.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer in changing people's mindset. So in order to change the mindset, you have to think. You have the people get to self-reflect. Get them to come in and say, "I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for anybody else." And once they realize that it's goals that they have and they want to achieve because their own personal goals, then everybody else doesn't matter. The biggest thing you want to get on too is people in the gym criticizing people that come to the gym. It happens in every gym, not just one particular gym. It happens in church. And so the thing of it is that a person that's trying to get back right, or that's overweight or something, and you're gonna criticize them because they're in the gym now. You're gonna talk about them because they're in the gym now. It's really a dirtbag move on anybody's behalf.
Well, not even a dirt. It's more of an insecurity on that person. You're saying who looks at somebody who's in the gym that's trying to do better. It's an insecurity on them because they feel like if they was in that person's shoes, that there's no way I would do that because I'm in this position. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's always a reflection on what you feel like you would and wouldn't do. And that's the whole thing about it is it's about you. You got to build yourself up, and this is what this is for. It's all about you. It's not a selfish type thing, but it's an understanding of it's about you. You want to get in here to be better, and you see people that's doing good that should influence you. You see new people that's in here that don't know, as much, but they're going. That should motivate you as well, and also that also brings about conversation and also people helping each other out when they see that. A lot of times.
And that's what stops people from pretty much communicating or socializing is competition. We fear. We live in a society now where we fear competition, where we talk about alphas, and everybody wants to be an alpha. Everybody in their mind is an alpha. But what makes an alpha an alpha? Competition makes an alpha an alpha. If it's in the gym, if it's in finances, if it comes to a mate, it's the one like I'm not going to let you give me anything. I'm going to take. But with that being said,
hate to cut you off. A sense of competition, but it's self-competition because nobody is the same. I can't compete with you. You can't compete with me because we're two totally different things. When you see competition as being a soul, I got to beat myself each day. that's when you have a true alpha, because the true alpha don't care. They're gonna go their way regardless. They're gonna go against the grain, and they're gonna do what's best for them. And that's how I see it. Is, you know, a true alpha is a person who stands their ground, figure out what's good for them, do it, but also is willing to learn and have their ears open as well.
I agree. I mean, I revert everything back to mentality, because the mentality is so strong. The psychological mindset is so powerful. The body only does what the mind tells it to do. And I will agree to a certain extent that the alpha is that of one competition with oneself, but also we need a driving force. I need you to be my hare. I mean, I need you to be the turtle. Be the dog, and I need to be the hare, or whatever. Vice versa. Meaning that I'm always going to try to catch somebody always going to try to catch me. So as I'm running from them, I'm running towards somebody else. And it's okay. And what happens is every day when you know in the back of your mind, and you also have competition with yourself, that I got to get up, I got to put in work, because Rob or Jane down the road is coming for me. But then Mike and Michelle is up the road, I'm going to get them. And so what that does is that you can see it. Every day you breathe that. You wake up, you're like, hey, I'm going to, how you attack it. It doesn't matter how much weight that you move. It doesn't matter, how conditioned that you are, how you look, how your body really look. That doesn't make you an alpha. The alpha is the mentality that you build. That I'm going to conquer. I'm going to overcome every challenge, and I'm going to fight through it.
I'm going to fight through it. I might not succeed this time, but I will succeed.
I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to keep coming. And you don't break. And that's the situation. When just that aura that person gives off, it's a respect thing amongst other people that say, like, hey, that man, I respect that person. But one thing I learned dealing with multiple people in the gym and outside the gym is being personable. Having the knowledge that we have and being able to be approached and act like common people. Because we are common people in our own right. We live the same life like everybody else, got families and everything else. But when it comes to game time or competition, it's that switch that we click on, that takes over and say it's time to go to work. And so we feed off of that. But that's the situation. So when you come to the gym, a gym and church is a place where you go to be a better individual. That's why you go there. You go there for a trainer or somebody at the gym, like a pastor, like a priest. That's going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to give you something that you don't know. They studied that Bible, they studied that craft, and they'll be able to guide you in the right direction. It's a lot of spirituality in lifting. It's a lot that most people won't ever get to see or really embrace, because they're not going to understand it. And that's the situation. I mean, dealing with, like you said, different men. You are not equal, but we do drive each other to be the best that we possibly can.
And that's a deeper, having this conversation with you, it goes even deeper, because like you said, like when we train and like we do and squat a lot of times, I know you squat more than me, but I'm lighter than you, and I'm always saying to myself that I'm gonna squat more than you, because I know my limits, but I know that drives me to go a little bit further. But also, like I said, I know my limits to where I understand that I'm actually competing with myself, but I'm also allowing someone on the outside to motivate me as well. You're motivating me, but actually the biggest thing that motivates me is myself, because I have that understanding that you're in that position and I'm in that position.
I gotta push myself to get you.
See what I'm saying? So that's the whole aspect, is having those understandings. Most people don't even have that chance to even see this type of light or see this type of information, because it's like they never were secure enough about themselves to where, well, he's doing this, or she's there, she looks better than me, or he looks better than me, let me go this way. Well, no, it's not that. It's, you have to build yourself by allowing somebody else to motivate you, but also understanding where you're at. So that's a huge thing that people don't touch on.
And I think the real benefit, most people don't know themselves.
They don't.
They don't know what drives them. They don't know what are the weaknesses at. They don't really go in and really be honest with themselves and say, what are my true strengths? We always harp on our best. We always want to be seen in our best life. We don't ever want to be embarrassed. That goes for both of us. Nobody wants to be embarrassed or and being vulnerable. And so what happens is that they don't want to come to anybody, or they're timid, or things of that nature. But what you have to sit down to really grow is sit down and have a real heart-to-heart with yourself.
And the thing is what people don't realize and they don't want to go through is the fact that when you're embarrassed or when you fall short, when you do all those things, that is the opportunity to allow you to grow. When you meet your peers. I had a conversation with BJ, yoga instructor, today. Is a lot of people fall short of actually reaching their goals because they're too afraid to meet their fear. And when you don't meet your fear, go through that adversity or go through that pain, then you won't grow and you won't change. So when you allow yourself to meet that fear, that doubt, and all that good stuff, that's when you actually have a breakthrough. You know, so it's a lot of people don't reach that next level until they actually go through the things that they're afraid of.
I mean, it's very, very, very valid. My take on it is, fear is the biggest. I mean, fear is a tool.
It is. That's exactly
it's a tool.
What it is.
It's a flight or fight. Flight or fight. And most people say, "I won't do it." Picking back off what you said, if I don't do it, I don't have a fear of failing. If I don't do it, if I never started, I don't have a fear of failing. Well, the mindset is if I do this, I want to have a fear of not doing it. And the opposite of is that the challenge does not scare me. Not doing the challenge scares me, because what if? I try to not live my life on the what if scenario. What if I would have just did this, or what if I would have did that? What if? I mean, the heart back, being about to be 31 years old, sitting back and thinking about high school. What if I could have did this different? Or in my 20s, what if I could have did that different? So the thing of this is sitting down. I talk to myself all day. In my head. We talk about voices. Some people are like, y'all crazy. I don't have voices. We all have voices. We all have conflict with our inner self internally. That you must sit here and you have to sort out like a problem. Like, what is the root? Let me be real honest and brutal honest. Where am I lacking at? And so where I'm lacking at, let me attack it every day. Let me become a better individual on a day-to-day basis. And when you can accept what you really are, then you can work to be a better individual, and that's the situation. That's when you grow, in my opinion.
No, you're absolutely right. And to go back just a little bit, talking about fear. And I talk about this a lot in my seminars. I talk about this a lot, and just talking to people. I tell people I lift off of fear, and people look at me, and a couple people even told me, well, it's not good to lift off of fear. No, fear is a tool. Fear is a survival mechanism. Okay, so what fear does to me is push me to that edge until where the body just reacts to what it's supposed to do. So it puts you on that fight or flight type situation. So with that being said, if you don't understand that our emotions and our ego is a tool, then you are lost. Now, a lot of people let their ego and emotions control them, but instead of actually using them. So that's a huge thing. So you got to understand that these fears or these emotions are there for you to use and to gain from. So you're not scared for no reason. You're not it's there for a valid situation. So again, it's just like that child stuck under a car, and that mother can lift up that car because of that fear of losing that child. It's just the adrenaline. On the physical standpoint, it's the adrenaline that's going through. That's something that people can understand, you know what I mean? But actually, it's far more to it than just that. Yes. But yes, and the thing of it is like you said, a lot of people let their emotions override. They get away from their breathing. Breathing is very vital. I won't go into it, quite extensively right now. But it's, I use the term as calm chaos, where, a lot of people don't understand how the heart rate plays a very vital part in the lifting or anything that you do. Taking control of that fear, like you put another plate on, you had 500, you had a 400-pound squat, or whatever. That heart rate's gonna get up there. Your stomach, it's gonna probably go. Your heart gonna go to your stomach. Butterflies. Yep. And your breathing's gonna get erratic. But then that's when you gotta home in. You have to sit here and you have to really focus.
That's when you have to really, really dig deep and really just everything that you, all your technique, your mental preparation, all that has to go go hand in hand. And so, like I said, that fear is like, hey, it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be this, that, and the other. But guess what? I'm gonna overcome it. I'm gonna power through this.
I'm gonna meet it. I'm gonna meet it.
Exactly. I'm gonna beat it. And so the thing of it is that if you never push your limits, if you never push your limits, you're not reaching your full potential. And definition of potential in science terms is energy not yet used. And so how do you apply that? So if everybody has potential, but the people that put it and they use it and they maximize their potential, they put it into use. And the thing of it is, exactly, manifesting. And the biggest thing of it is that it's not failing. You miss a lift, you didn't fail at that lift. You attempted that lift, you failed the day that you stopped.
The day that you stopped.
Because you're going to hit that lift, I promise you. It might take you 2 weeks, it might take you 3 weeks. Go to the drawing board, assess what was the problem. Listen to the body, listen to the technique. Have a partner that you can depend on that can tell you, that understands your body, understand how you lift. Understand, where did you go wrong? Your mental preparation. Oh, the bar was too low on your back. Or, you came down too fast. And then go there and assess and get better. So don't sit here and say, well, hey, it's just 300 got my number, 400 got my number, 200 got my number. Nothing has your number. What happens is it's time.
It's you that have your number.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. Speaking about time, this is something that I teach a lot, is the process of life. Everything is always changing, okay? Whether it's either changing for the better or changing for the worse. But nothing in existence don't go through change. Don't go through trial. Well, you got your trials, then you have your breakdown, then you have your rebuild. Okay, that's one of the processes, but it's the same thing. Everything goes through that thing. So it's always experience, look back at it, and then go forward. So that's always changing. If you don't go through that process or allow yourself to go forward through those processes, then you're going backwards. So you have to always go through that. No matter if you're a rock, through time, you're going to go through weather. You're going to go through all those things, but you're going to change.
So going back to what you say, you like to use evolution.
And that's exactly what evolution is.
And it is, and that's thing evolving. How are you evolving? I mean, we live in a society where society is made us weak. We're weak mentally, we're weak physically. Because of things of the nature that we're dependent upon others to do for us instead of doing for ourselves.
Not just others. The biggest thing is technology. Technology. It's shortcuts. Technology is essential shortcuts. They don't have to be electronic, but any kind of shortcut is taken away from that long road home, that process of going through that experience. You see what I'm saying? Then having to troubleshoot and then reaching past, and that part, which is the process of life. So you're missing out. Texting is ruining our ability to communicate, ability to spell, ability to write. You see what I'm saying? All that is going to shit.
Many relationships have been lost.
Many relationships are being
one
lost.
word, okay. It's broke up. Many relationships.
That's a different video, but I think we kind of hit and touched what we wanted to talk about, which I love this video so far. So, but we're gonna continue pushing on with the videos, and we'll see you next time.
All right, have a good day now.
Later.